Hey, Coach Kirsten here, and I wanted to hop on for a couple minutes and talk a little bit about recovery. I've been getting a lot of questions lately about how do I recover, when do I recover, what does recovery look like? And unfortunately, like most of the things I talk to you guys about, there's no one answer that fits everybody. There's not one cookie cutter answer, one size fits all. It is going to be different for every single one of us. So I will talk a little bit about how I coach my athletes and then what I do for myself. So basically, for my athletes, you don't get every Monday is recovery day, or you have one day off a week, because not everybody needs a day off every week, or not everybody needs a day off at all, or a full day off, or whatever. Sometimes you need 2 days off, depending on how your body is responding to your training and what is going on in your life. So what I encourage my athletes to do is to pay attention. So to keep track mentally, physically, emotionally, how are you feeling from day to day and week to week. And if you're paying attention to your body, if you're, eating right and sleeping right and doing all that stuff right, you're going to know when you need to take a break. You're going to know, okay, I woke up this morning, my legs are so sore, it hurts to walk, or I feel exhausted, all I want to do is take a nap. Pay attention. Those are the times that you need to take a break. There's not like, oh, every Monday I'm going to take a break. You might wake up one Monday and feel amazing. Why would you need to take a break? Take a break when you feel like you need a rest, either mentally, physically, or emotionally. So you can ask yourself questions like, on a scale from 1 to 10, how am I feeling physically today? 1 being horrible, I don't want to get out of bed. 10 being amazing, let's go. And if you're feeling a 10, you don't need a break physically. But let's say physically you're feeling a 10 and emotionally you can't stop crying. Something's going on in your life, you're super stressed, you're overwhelmed, you're anxious. Emotionally, you're a 1. Well, you might need to take a break. Or what I do in those situations is I do a really, really, really easy workout. So recovery for me looks like easy workouts. So today for me was a recovery day. I was sick last week, during the week. And so I was making up all my week's workouts over the weekend. So basically Friday, Saturday, and Sunday combined, I worked out a lot, like 5 to 6 hours every single day. So today is Monday. I'm like, okay, my body needs a rest, but I wasn't feeling like, I wasn't mentally or emotionally tired or worn out or exhausted. My body's just very fatigued from the load that I just put on it for the past 3 days. So for me, my body responds better to doing something easy rather than not doing anything at all. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I just do better when I'm moving a little bit. So here's what I did for my recovery today. I went to the gym. I did have the time to do this. So that's another thing you have to take into consideration. If you don't have time for a physical recovery, like an easy day, then of course, take the day off if you don't have time to get a workout in. But I had time today. I woke up early. I've been sleeping decently, so I didn't feel like I was missing out on the sleep. And I went to the gym because my butt needed a break from the little saddles I've been biking on. So I went to the gym and sat on the bike with a big old saddle to give my butt the break, give my butt the recovery. And I spun my legs at level 1 for 1 hour. I just spun my legs. I just sat there. I did some work on my phone. I chit-chatted with some of my friends, and I just moved my legs. And I was on level 1. So I don't know, 40 watts, like nothing crazy. My heart rate didn't get up, nothing. I didn't even feel like I was working, but I was moving my legs, which for me gets my blood flowing through my body and it helps me recover more quickly. So I always start with bike because that's the easiest. You just spin your legs. Then after that, I went onto the treadmill and I walked. And I walked at a faster pace. So my fast pace, that's not like killing me, but is stretching me, is a 4.0. So 15 miles per hour is my walk that stretches out my hip flexors, stretches out my hamstrings, and gets my blood flowing. So my heart rate got up a little bit on that, but again, not very much at all. I moved my arms a little bit because my shoulders and neck were all really tight, stretched my hip flexors, stretched my hamstrings, and got a nice, again, movement. I felt really good doing that. And then the final thing I did is I went into the pool and I did a bunch of drills, mostly with my fins, a little bit with my buoy, and a lot of streamline, stretching out my arms. I did some kicking with the kickboard that stretched out my lats. And again, nothing hard. My heart rate never got up. But what I like about doing a swim for recovery is, first of all, the fins make my feet flex and point. And what that does is it stretches my ankles, which might have been sore from my workouts this weekend. It stretches my shins and my calves. And then it opens up my hip flexors, and it's easy. It's not hard at all. And I can swim and still get a feel for the water. I like that the water's cooler, so it gives me a little bit of an anti-inflammatory effect on my muscles as well. And then I always do breaststroke kick when I'm recovering. And again, when we swim, bike, and run, we're using a lot of our hip flexors, our glutes, our hamstrings, our quads. We're front, back, front, back, front, back, and all these motions. So breaststroke opens that up the hips. So it uses the inner and outer thighs, the adductors and the abductor, and it opens those up. So it opens the hip. It's the opposite motion than swimming, biking, and running. So for me, that keeps me recovered. It keeps my legs from being injured. It feels really good to open up those hips and to stretch everything out. So I did a ton of breaststroke kick, a little bit of pulling just to get my shoulders moving, some backstroke with the fins, and then just a lot of really easy drills. So that's what my recovery day looked like. Again, a lot of you guys might not have time to get that in. I make time to do it because my body feels a million times better right now than it did when I woke up this morning. So tomorrow, when I'm ready to maybe hit it a little bit harder, add a little intensity or a little bit of effort, my body's going to be ready for that because I'm recovered from my recovery workout today. So if you guys have any questions at all about this, please reach out and let me know. You can give me your specific situation and I can ask you some questions to help you decide what type of recovery is best for you and when to take your own recovery, if that is something that you're curious about. If not, just listen to your body. Ask yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 how everything is going mentally, physically, emotionally, and just start there. Pay attention and do what feels really good for your body on your recovery days. Take care of your body and your body will take care of you. So I hope this was helpful and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.